What's up, guys? Alright, I'm doing a quick review. People said they want to see me try the beef jerky that I made, as well as the squirrel jerky. So I took some beef and made some jerky out of it. So here's a little piece of the beef jerky, and then of course the squirrel meat. Here's a piece of squirrel jerky. So there it is compared to each other. You can see the difference. The squirrel is definitely a lighter color. Also, the beef was pretty uniformly cut, whereas the squirrel, not so much. So, here's what they look like. They're both marinated in a teriyaki sauce, a little bit of lime juice, and a little bit of pepper. So first the beef. So homemade beef jerky. It's good. It's got teriyaki flavor. A lot of pepper going on there. It's delicious. I mean, I like homemade beef jerky a little bit better than store-bought. And of course, when I make it, I don't dry it out as much. So there's definitely a little bit of a difference there, you know, when you bite into it. Because I still refrigerate it, even though it's beef jerky. There's a little bit of fat content on there, and a little bit more moisture on the inside. Not much, but just a little bit more, so I do enjoy it quite a bit. Alright, so now, very generic though, like teriyaki beef jerky. It's phenomenal, it's good, but what you're used to. Alright, so now the squirrel meat beef jerky. Most of the meat comes from the legs, but, you know, I did salvage everything. I have tiny little pieces from, like, you know, in the ribs and, like, around the neck and stuff like that. But most of it comes from the legs and thighs and midsection and stuff. So here we go. It's really good. I'm trying to think exactly how to explain this, because this is something I think you really have to experience, and specifically compared to beef, so you can really pick up on the nuances, the differences between them. It's definitely leaner. It's a much leaner meat. So even though it was in the same batch, in the same oven, cooking the same time, with the same marinade, it's definitely drier. The flavor is really good though. To me, it tastes like chicken. I know it's stereotypical to say that, but even though it tastes like chicken, you know it's not chicken. It has something different to it. I don't necessarily want to say it's gamey though. I think it's a little bit sweeter. I mean, it definitely tastes sweeter compared to the beef in the same batch with the same marinade and everything. So you can't, you know, the marinade itself can't be a factor as far as how sweet it is. It's fantastic. It's really, really good. It's one of those things, you know, don't knock it unless you try it. Growing up, I had a friend, Matt Sudol, and I might do some storytime videos about Matt Sudol. Probably even shouldn't even say his last name, but him and his father, avid hunters, and lots of stories with Matt. Actually, I did talk about Matt, you know, in the first time I got drunk. But anyway, the first time in my life I had squirrel meat was with Matt. Like I said, very avid hunter, and he would knock up squirrels like nobody's business, and all kinds of different kind of game. And I was at his house one time, and I'm like, oh, beef jerky, awesome. I'm eating it. Probably like my 15th piece in. He's like, you know that squirrel, right? I'm like, ew, no way. And he's like, what do you mean, ew? You've been scoffing it down. So I know I like squirrel jerky. Of course, this one is marinated to taste like teriyaki. It's got teriyaki flavoring in it, which makes it extra good. But I have had the you know, squirrel meat plain, just cooked in the oven, no kind of seasonings or anything like that. And honestly, it's very good. I can compare it to chicken, slightly sweeter, much leaner, and there's really not that much of a gamey taste to it at all. Cooks up really good. I mean, there's something that I think that you would probably want to cook well done, no matter what. It's not like some meats, you know, obviously beef, you can get away with having beef kind of, you know, medium to rare. That's not a problem. Pork, sometimes I'll do pork slightly pink, and I know people freak out over that. But I picked that up once I'm watching the Food Network. I was watching someone, I think it was either Bobby Flay, no, not Bobby Flay. I think it was maybe Emerald, and he was talking about, like, you know, everyone overcooks their pork because they're so scared of having pink pork, but really juicy, flavorful pork is slightly pink. Not raw at all by any means, but slightly pink. I tried it once and it was fantastic. Squirrel, don't mess around with squirrel. Don't eat, you know, medium rare squirrel, okay? Cook the hell out of that thing. Make sure there's any kind of bacteria, diseases, rabies, who knows what. Make sure that that's plentifully cooked. If that's even I don't know if plentifully is a real word, but make sure that thing is completely cooked. And that's what I do usually, and every time. I make sure the thing is overcooked. If anything, it's probably drier than it could be. But it's good. It's really, really good, particularly in jerky form. If you've never had squirrel before, I would really recommend having it first in a jerky form because it's much more appealing to the masses. If you like beef jerky in general, you'll like squirrel jerky. It's like any other meat, you know, certain spices, and you dry it out to a crisp almost, and you know, it's gonna be delicious. But besides that, there's not much else to say about it. I really like it. What do I prefer? Beef jerky. I prefer it just because it's that much better with that little bit of fat content, and just, I mean, I just like beef more. But I can definitely get down with squirrel. It's a pretty tasty meat if cooked properly. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Take care.